Yep, check it.
Okay. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you.
It's a little delayed, ain't it?
Well, it's on my TV.
Okay. Okay, so I'm about to go live. Let me see if you can see us.
Okay, you gotta hang up so the sound can go on, and make sure you go on your tablet, your iPad,
My iPad is on. Everything is on.
and your.
Well, I'm about to go
Okay,
live
you're
on.
not on. You're not on TikTok.
I'm about to get on TikTok right now.
Okay, and your camera is rolling.
Okay, I'm live on TikTok. Let's see if you can see us really well right here. Damn, you can see that.
Let's see.
Can you see everything?
Look at Teesha. She looks so pretty.
Don't she look
Thank
cute?
you.
All right, and the last will be Instagram after your camera,
Yeah, I'm getting the camera right.
and set your camera behind the wherever the iPad is. Okay.
Yeah, it's behind.
I reached my 10,000 followers today.
Oh, you got 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
I know
Congratulations,
that's
girl.
right. Congratulations.
Thank you. My goal was to have at least 10,000 by the end of the year.
But that's still good, cause
I
I'm
was starting
sure.
out with like a little over 5,000 at the beginning of January.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still, girl. Ever since I got off and tried to come back on, it's not been good for me.
Mm.
I'm trying to put it on a good. They say don't use cinematic, but I love how it looks. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that.
I like how
You
the
ready?
laptop flips your logo in the right direction.
Oh, it do.
Yeah, it does.
So you can see us all right
Yeah.
here. So you can see us good.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna hang up so you can go on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did she hang up? Okay. Hey everybody, hey everybody. So this is my first time doing my own recording today. So I was really nervous, but I'm okay because we got it going on. So yeah, I'm excited because I'm able to interview the beautiful Teesha Green.
Oh.
Okay, she's an actress. I see that you are an acting coach,
Mhm.
a content creator. She just do so much stuff. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself to y'all, and yeah, and that's the camera right there.
Okay.
So just look in the camera and let us know who you are.
Hey everybody, I am Teesha Green, and well, I'm originally from Valdosta, Georgia,
Okay.
but I grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia, two up, two down, VA all day,
Okay.
757. And I've been in the Atlanta area since November 2018. And I started acting in December of 2018. And since I started acting, I also have done some stand up comedy.
Oh,
And
really?
also, I started teaching acting lessons recently. So
Okay.
just whatever opportunities come to me, I'm willing to try them out if they align with my spirit at the time.
I know that's right. So, what brought you here to Atlanta?
Well, to be honest with you, I was accepted into Clark Atlanta back in '95.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I never came down. I never made it to Clark Atlanta. I ended up graduating from Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. Go Monarchs! Um, but I've always, since probably '96, I've traveled down here from Virginia doing promo events. I used to be on the Georgia State campus handing out toiletries to students. I've done some footwork for Def Jam South.
Oh, wow. Pop shit.
I was here when Patchwork Studios first opened, and so I've always come down here and been in the culture, and it just seemed right at the time to come down here when I did.
Right.
Everything
Okay.
just lined itself up.
Okay. I like that. Let's see. I see that you're an actress. What was your favorite movie you was able to be a part of?
My favorite movie was Coming to America.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
we filmed that at Tyler Perry Studios 6 years ago in 2019. I did a lot of the palace scenes. So if you rewatch it and you see the scenes where they're in the palace, you'll see a lot of me. I had three different dresses I had to wear.
Oh, okay.
They were all designed by Ruth E. Carter, who is an award-winning costume designer.
Shout out to you.
Those dresses, if you've watched Coming to America, you know
Yeah,
how
they were
ornate
nice.
they are. They're really big, they're heavy, the headpieces. But it was just an amazing experience to be around all those legends.
Right.
I got to work with pretty much everyone in the who was in the main cast. So that was just an amazing situation. And it was at Tyler Perry Studios.
I know.
So for a sequel of such magnitude as Coming to America to be filmed at Tyler Perry Studios,
Right.
and then I was a part of it, it was just awesome. And then the fact that James Earl Jones, that was his last movie,
Oh, wow.
and I was in it. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Mhm.
I see that you teach acting. Let me know more about your classes and how you got into wanting to teach people how to act.
Well, this is probably like the second or third time that I got into teaching something. I'm a natural teacher, and I won't say I got pushed into it, but again, everything lined up to that. Like people were like, "You should teach classes." There are people telling me I should be a life coach. My acting classes focus on being confident in front of the camera,
Okay.
and even off the camera, just practicing being confident at all times and believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, that shows through to other people, and they're not going to believe you if you don't believe in yourself.
That is
So that's
facts.
what I focus on the most.
That's facts. Okay, I have something else. Okay. Hmm. I also see that you are on the Real Aunties of Atlanta. How did you get there? Like how was the whole experience?
Okay, so I am part of a few chat groups on Instagram filled with content creators, which is I don't know how you and I really connected.
You
I guess
just
it
hit
was
me
through
up
one of
and
those.
said you wanted to do a skit.
Yeah, I don't know what made me do that particular day, but I know we've been,
Hmm.
since then. But because of you, I'm in one of these chat groups, and one day Bambi, y'all know Bambi,
Okay, shout out
from
to
Could Have Been
Bambi.
Love. Hey Bambi. Bambi posted in one of those chat groups that they were looking for some more aunties. And I looked at the page like, what is this auntie thing? And it's a group of women who are all over 40 years old,
Okay.
and everybody is doing their own thing in their own industry. We have real estate agents, we have actors, singers, rappers. We have one of our aunties owns a health infused bar where you can get
Oh
like vitamin
wow.
C and vitamin B infusions and things like that. But everybody is doing their own thing, and what we want to do is project to people that just because you're over 40, especially women,
Right.
just because you're over 40 doesn't mean that you're old and washed up, that you can't be sexy, that you can't
Right.
go out and twerk. Don't worry about what other people are thinking of you. It's okay to live yourself, live your life authentically. When you are authentic, it draws authentic people to you. When you have authentic people drawn to you, more authentic experiences happen for you. And that's what we want to do is promote togetherness and just ambition, just positivity. That's those are the things that we promote. So y'all probably see us out a lot in
Yes,
the
yeah,
clubs
be
and
out.
whatnot. We're trying to link up with the young people. We want to inspire the young people. We don't You don't have to go outside and be, nasty with each other, calling each other out your names. We can all have a good time together, learn from each other, et cetera, et
Right.
cetera. So that's what we're about, and I'm excited about doing some things in the community, like feeding the homeless or
Okay.
unhoused, and working with the youth and things like that. So I'm really excited about all that.
Okay, so I was able to get some back behind the scenes of the ladies. Okay, and this one right here, tell them your name and how you got your name, honey.
Well, they call me Auntie Flex. They call me Auntie Flex because when I came to the audition, I slid into a split.
Wow.
And they at first called me Auntie Split, but after a few weeks of just filling things out and stuff, I felt like my name should be Auntie Flex because yes, I am flexible physically, but I'm also flexible emotionally and mentally. And when I'm placed in a space, I know how to operate in that particular space. I'm like a lot of people call me a chameleon, so I'm
Okay,
very flexible. So Auntie Flex.
I like that. So on the show, who you gravitated more to?
Um, let's see. I really can't say that I've gravitated to anyone that much yet because we haven't had the opportunity to be in like intimate surroundings and really get to know each other.
Okay.
But there are a few ladies who have reached out to me and been very positive, and I see that they interact with me. Um, but just like in any other group with a lot of women, there's some energies that don't really
Right.
vibe right. I don't know what it is, but I definitely can feel it, and I hope that
So we're
can
gonna have some.
overcome
We're
that.
gonna see some little
I
dramas.
don't know. I hope you don't see it from me because I don't do drama.
Oh God. Well, I'm excited to see the show. Especially because you on it. I really love that for you. I really do.
I appreciate that.
Okay, let's see. Describe your character on the show.
Well, my character on that show is me. When you are uh, on your way to stardom, celebrity, um, people judge you a lot, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they try to do things to hurt, offend, and embarrass you. So, one of the most important things that you have to do when you're in this industry is figure out who you are as a person. When you know who you are, other people can't hurt, offend, or embarrass you.
Mm,
No one can
yes.
hurt, offend, or embarrass you when you know who you are. The only time that you feel hurt, offended, or embarrassed is when somebody says something to you and it strikes a nerve.
Right.
That's your signal to work on that situation. What is it that
Mm-hmm.
makes me upset or makes me feel offended about what this
Because
person
you done
said?
heard that more than one
Yes,
time. I know
yes,
people done heard stuff
yes. And all you got
plenty
to
of
do is
times.
eat it up. Just
Right.
eat it up. And if it's something you need to work on it.
Right. I agree. I
You
agree.
know, but ever since I realized these things and I started working on certain things, my life has elevated. Yes, I have an old car. I live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear, name brand this or name brand that. I stay in my lane.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
live within my
I
means.
live within my means, and I don't say I'm broke. It's not in my budget.
I know that's right.
Okay. But I really feel like people's energy is their currency.
I like that.
I don't need money.
I like that.
My energy is my currency. My
I like
energy has
that.
gotten me so many things. so many things. And it's just because people can feel the realness.
Right. Yeah, because that's why I gravitated to you. I like that.
um,
Okay, let's see. What will you bring to the show?
I feel like I'll bring some fun,
Okay.
some sarcasm,
Okay.
spontaneity. Y'all gonna learn some things from me because I'm full of what I call useless information that may one day become useful.
Okay, I like that.
So, I am on the spectrum. I was diagnosed with ADHD.
I was
Um,
going to get into that. I was going to ask you. Oh, God. Okay, so well, we here
about
because I was going to ask you what made you an advocate for
Mhm.
that because I seen that you walk and stuff for that.
Yes,
So what made you? So yes, get us. Let us know.
about 12 years ago, my son was in middle school, and he had been having some issues in school since kindergarten. And so, people kept saying, you need to, see what's going on with that. And so he was diagnosed. And that's like a lot of parents, as he went through the process to get diagnosed, I was like, dang, it's a lot of that stuff that I do. I'm like, well, his dad does this stuff too. Like, we always say, oh, I get this from my mom, I get this from my dad. Yes, you do, but it's deeper than that. It's neurological. Because both of my parents are on the spectrum.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. And when I look at my whole family, and there are certain things when I look back in my past, like I weep for my inner child because I suffered so much because of the things that, being on the spectrum has caused for me. I can remember being in the classroom and trying to take a test. And if some other spectrum, shaking their foot, and I can see their foot shaking, I can't focus on tapping their pencil. I can't focus on that.
Mm,
The teacher, I'm supposed to be taking notes. I'm drawing pictures, looking out the window, things like that. And I feel like if I had found out about these things when I was younger, I would have been
right.
able to get, some sort of help and keep me from going through a lot of things that I went through. And in school, it wasn't so bad because I was really good academically. But as an adult, that's where a lot of the problems came from. And unfortunately, Black women suffer the most because of the things that we deal with from being on the spectrum.
Right.
So I started to advocate for autism and ADHD or just being on the spectrum because we're realizing that there a lot of overlap.
Right.
There's a lot of overlap. So now I just like to say being on the spectrum, I feel like my responsibility is to inform other people, especially Black women, about what this is. This is okay, but as soon as you learn the things that trigger you and help you, you're gonna have a more successful and enjoyable life.
Mm,
It's
I
helped me
like
so
that.
much just knowing.
That's good. And you found that out as an adult.
Yes, I
Okay.
was 32 years old,
So how did it
34.
make you feel? Like, did you feel like what the hell is going on? Is how my life gonna be from here? Like what?
It pissed me the F off, to be honest with you, because I can recall after I got diagnosed and started understanding exactly what ADHD was, started thinking about elementary school and all the little boys in my class that used to act up and like that. But then on the days when they took their medication,
Right.
they were calm. On the days that they didn't, they were sitting in their chairs like this, and fiddling and, rocking in their chair and, you know, throwing spitballs and paper, just doing all kinds of things. And I was doing things like that with them sometimes, or I really
Mm,
wanted to, but I had to like really restrain myself because I didn't want to get
right.
in trouble. So, and then I also realize now how helpful it has been though. People who are on the spectrum, we are great at creating.
Right.
We're great at multitasking. That's why we're so good at like working in like warehouses and things like that. You can switch from one task to another after you get bored. You can zoom in on something and knock it out.
Right.
We need to have options that stimulate us at all times. However, we really need that shutdown time too.
Right.
And when we don't get that shutdown time, a lot of times we become very irritable. And
Mm,
that again is you being overstimulated. And I didn't realize that in the past. So now I know when I'm on my way home and I'm feeling that uptightness and stuff, call home. Hey, I need to decompress when I get home. Please leave me
right.
alone for X amount of time. And then we're good. But in the past, it was like,
Right.
and I didn't know why I was doing that. So it's important to learn about these things for yourself so that you can help yourself and the people around you.
Right. I like that. Okay, because I sure know what's gonna get into that. So I'm glad you said something about that. Okay, what is something you know how to do that other people don't know you know how to do?
um, well, I know y'all seen me do splits a few times.
Yes.
Um, let me see. Well, I'm a self-taught clothing designer.
I was about to ask you about that too. I seen that you did modeling
Yes.
and seamstress work.
Hmm.
So like which one you started first, the seamstress or
Um,
modeling?
well, when I was in high school, that's when I did my first fashion show, and it was my senior year in high school, and I think I could do this, but I was an athlete in high school. I always had a boyish body. I ain't got nothing up here for real. They said I had a Serena booty, but Serena got a Teesha booty because I'm older than her. But I really fell in love with it when I did that first fashion show. But it wasn't until 2003 that I started really doing fashion shows. And I would do shows in Virginia for like Norfolk State University.
Okay.
Tim Reed, who played the dad on Sister Sister,
Okay.
he's from Norfolk, and he would have a celebrity weekend every year. And so he had a big fashion show, and I would, for a few years, I was in his fashion shows. I did some shows for like Joe Smith back in the
Okay.
day, Milky Way Hair.
Pop your shit.
I came down here and I was, worked at Bronner Brothers a few times in the natural hair show. So, I've got a lot of experience in that, and I really enjoy it. But the acting is just, it takes it to a different level.
Right. And when you say you started acting?
In December 2018.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else. What do you like to do for fun?
I love karaoke.
Oh, me too.
I love karaoke. I'm such a dork.
I love karaoke too.
I love
And
karaoke.
line dancing.
Yeah. I still don't have that Tamia down.
I just learned.
I
Shout
can
out
make it
to
look good,
Sylvester.
don't know, man. I can make it look
You
good.
gotta come. They have free classes Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, Sunday at Grown Folks
Mm,
and what's today? Thursday at Sugar Bush.
okay.
So my friend, he was on the show, Sylvester Williams. He's actually a content creator. He actually teaches line dancing. So yeah, shout out to him.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. All right, let's see. Okay, I see you are very active in the skit world. Tell me more about that and how you got into getting in the skit.
Okay. So the guy at Showtime ATL,
Oh
shout out
yeah, shout out to
Showtime.
Showtime.
Showtime is like one of the biggest skitters around here.
Yes.
And I know him. I've known him for a few years because he's an actor too. So we always bump into each other on stuff. And every time I see him on set, I'm like, this dude, he always trying to get some footage.
Right. And he do sneak attack.
Yes. And so what happened was that I started working on a project with David Lucas with DKLA. Um, he's got a few projects that we're working on, and I noticed that he had signed Josh on to be part of the cast of one of the projects. And when I saw that he signed Josh on, or Showtime, I'm sorry, when he signed Showtime on, I said, that's a good move because I knew
Mm,
as much as he would irk my soul doing these skits and stuff,
right.
I knew he was a good choice. Like I'm not a hater. If you good at what you do, I'm gonna give you your
Right.
props. And so I congratulated Showtime after I found out that he, was part of the project. And he was like, hey, you want to meet up and do some skits? And I was like, okay.
Right.
And we went to Piccadilly that day, and that,
The rest was history.
yeah, I mean, viral at least once a week.
Yeah, y'all pretty dope. I had the chance and opportunity to work on him, and it was a sneak attack. So yeah, I see how he get down, which I really like too. So shout out to you, Showtime.
Yeah, he's really good at what he does. And
Yeah.
if you link up with Showtime and you have what it takes to be one of those type of people, you're in.
Right.
You're in. If you have what he has, then you're in.
Okay, I
So
like
thank
that.
you because I got what you got.
Right. I like that. Okay. So let's see here. What else? Name one or two actors you would love to work with.
I would love to work with Erica Alexander, who played Maxine Shaw, attorney at law.
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Okay.
People say that, have been saying for years that, we look alike and we sound
Yes.
alike and I act like her, the character and things like that. Funny story. A few years ago, she was on Instagram and said that she was going to raise money to do a living single reboot. And I said something to the effect of, well, when you do, I need to play your little sister.
Right.
And she said something like, cool. And the creator, Yvette Lee Bowser, liked the comment. And then she went to my profile and liked my profile picture.
Oh,
And she started
okay.
following me. So if that,
She kept you in
closed
mind.
mouths don't get fed. So Erica Alexander first. And then a lot of the actors yeah, I would love to work with Sanaa Lathan.
I love Salah too. I do too.
I do. I don't know. Definitely crushing on her.
Right. I love me
But
some
I
Salah.
don't know. It's just her spirit, her energy, And I feel like her parents were in the industry for years, and so she's known a lot growing up and coming into it, and for her to still be going
Right.
with this, for this long, it's very impressive, and I'm inspired by it.
Right. Okay, so we got your two favorite actors. Who is two people that's in the skit world you would like to work with? Because you seem like you worked with everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody. um, I don't know.
Or up and coming.
I don't know. Because I really don't know everybody that's, you know, I've worked with so
Yeah.
many.
You have.
I don't know. Maybe Robbie World.
Oh yeah, shout out to Robbie Ward. That's a good one.
Robbie World and oh, you know what? Um, I've been meaning to link up with Slab Too Funny.
Oh, Slab is.
I need to
funny
link up
as
with
hell.
him. Yeah, because I feel
Yes.
like we could really do some stuff.
Yeah. So look, listen, if you see this video, Slab, Miss Teesha
Y'all
here.
know what's it.
Okay, and me, but Teesha right here, she wanna work with you and she's amazing. So
He
sure.
know that.
make sure you
He
get
know
it.
that. Like, why you not playing? Why you not calling me?
Okay, let's see.
Hey y'all.
So you already covered that, which I like. So I like to take this moment out to give shout outs to sponsors. I want to shout out my new clothing sponsor is Crew Life. Thank you for being the sponsor. Cartier, that's Bootsy Drink back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, my best friend slash manager wrote a book. Okay. Make sure y'all get that. It's The Awakened Light Within. And basically, she's like a light worker in a hood. So this is really, really good. Mr. Bodena Pudding Man. I know, right? That's why I said I was with her while she did this while helping me manage my podcast. So I do want to say thank you, Sasha, because I couldn't do none of this without you. That's who you've been talking to the whole time as well, too. Okay, well, we got this little segment out the way. Now is the game time.
Oh boy.
Nothing so serious. You ready?
Let me drink some water.
Yeah, you might want some water. But it's not that bad because it's all about you. So you don't have to worry about it being crazy. So this is basically this or that. It's just a personality game so your fans and supporters can get to know a little bit about you and what you may like. So, braids or natural fro?
Natural.
Okay.
I mean, but them braids was looking good on me a few months ago.
Right.
I got a little ass head and that shit was heavy.
So you like your natural fro better?
I love them braids, but as far as like the comfort and stuff, like I don't see how y'all do it.
Yeah, it do be hurting. Okay. Hoop earrings or studs?
Hoops.
Okay. Bold lit or natural glam?
Well, I prefer bold, but my daughter says that the bold makes me look older.
Okay.
I'm almost 50. What?
She look good, by the way. Look good.
How
Them
am I supposed to
glasses is
look?
everything.
I'm supposed to look. So
Okay,
you see, I got my lip glass
decor.
on. My lip
It's
glass.
decor. I love it.
Yes.
Where you get that lip glass from? You want to shop them
Mac.
out? Okay, Mac.
Thank you, Mac. Popping.
Let's see. Heels or fresh sneakers?
Sneaks.
Okay, she's a sneaker girl.
I mean,
Okay.
I rock my heels too when I have to, but as an actor, when you have like 4 and 5 inch heels on and you got them on for 15, 16 hours a day,
You gotta walk.
no, ma'am.
Yeah, you're right about that. Okay, wine nights or dancing parties?
Can I get a combination of the two?
Yeah, you can
We'll do
pick
that.
however you want. So you want to do both?
Let's drink some wine and dance at the house.
I know that's right. Now this one is a big one right here. Erica Badu vibes or Beyonce energy?
Badu.
I know that's right. I knew you was gonna say that.
Bad
I love me
lady.
some Erica Badu. Okay, Issa Rae or Tracy Ellis?
Issa. Because
Okay.
you for real, when I started watching her YouTube videos, I was like, she didn't. This is my whole life, like,
Right.
and that's how I knew that right there. If that's not an indication that you're on the spectrum, I don't know what is. Black ladies, if you watched Insecure and you was like, this is my life, this is me,
Uh-huh.
you on the spectrum.
You on the spectrum.
Ain't nothing
just a
wrong with
little
it.
bit.
Receive it.
Embrace it. Okay. Macaroni and cheese or collard greens?
Ooh. We'll take the collards.
You like the
I
collards?
love me some greens. My last name is Green.
I know that's right. Sweet potato pie or peach cobbler?
We gonna say sweet potato pie.
Okay. Hot sauce or honey?
It depends on what it's on.
Okay. Do you like hot sauce, honey, or both, or one or the other?
I'm gonna say honey.
Okay.
Because I don't really mess with hot sauce like that. I think I've had my hot sauce for like a year now.
Oh God, yeah, you don't.
It's
Really
in the
do hot
refrigerator.
sauce. Yeah, 'cause-
Honey, I've replenished a few times.
yeah, I was about to say we do. Cornbread or biscuit?
Mm. It depends. It depends on who the cornbread is and who the biscuit is.
So both.
You know what? I'm gonna say some southern, like the cornbread that ain't really sweet, like you made it with some cornmeal
Okay.
in the cast iron.
So you don't like the sweet?
Yeah, I want that old crackling cornbread.
Oh, okay.
The kind that you do your greens like this with it.
I can't. Oh my God. Okay. CEO life or creative entrepreneur?
I can do both, but I am really enjoying the creative life. This year in February made 11 years since I've had a full-time job.
I know that's right.
I'm not on Section 8. I'm not on EBT. None of that.
I know that's right. You're doing it.
I mean,
because it's kind of hard. The entrepreneur life is
faith.
hard.
Faith.
Yes, you definitely
I'm
have to
trying
have
to tell
faith.
Cause that's all I got. I ain't got no money.
Yeah. Yeah. My faith is
Energy
really
and
the
faith.
size of a mustard seed, for real, for real. Okay, let's see. Speaking on panels or creating from behind the scenes.
Again, I could do both, but I'll speak on the panels. I have a lot to say.
Okay, I like that. Changing the world or changing your world?
Well, I have worked on changing my world for the past almost 13 years. And I see that whether I want to or not, I'm starting to help change the world.
Right.
And so that's where the energy alignment is taking me. That's where I have to go.
Okay, I like that.
But in the process, still looking
Working
at
on
myself.
me.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's see here. Because we almost coming to the end. Oh, so this is this or that spicy. Because I knew I can do some spicy stuff with you.
Oh
It's
boy.
just a little bit, just 6 questions. Lace bodysuit or a silk robe?
Lace bodysuit.
Ooh, okay. Take control or let them lead?
Let them lead.
Okay. Filthy text or late night pull-ups?
Late night pull up.
Okay. Private island getaway or cabin in the mountains?
Cabin in the mountains.
Okay. Candlelit dinner or surprise picnic?
Surprise picnic.
Okay. Let's see. It was this one. Protective and soft or confident and bold?
Well, I'm confident and bold, so I think I'll take protective and soft.
Okay.
Balance.
Whew. So this is we about to go. This is we almost ending it. So I like to end it with mental health. Y'all know I'm big on mental health. It means a lot to me. But would you like to give out any shout outs while we doing this?
Shout out to Riley and Rio.
Okay.
My boo-boos, my babies. And yeah, I'm gonna stop at that because you start naming other
I know you
problem.
be forgetting everybody.
Hey nieces and nephews, all y'all.
We don't want to miss out on nobody, so we going. Okay, so
I know my
this
mama ain't
is-
watching, so I ain't gonna say hey to her.
Uh, she watching? Hey, Mama Green.
And my mama's scared of the internet.
Oh no, this is funny. Before we even go into mental health, the more serious to the end, I forgot. I gotta check your black card. I gotta see if
Oh
you black
boy.
enough. Okay. So you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. What do you do when your mom says, when we get in this store? I'm gonna read them out to you, and you tell me which one it is. A. Act up. B. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't touch nothing. C. Run wild. D. Go find snacks.
B, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing.
that was that was it.
Oh, mama, shoot.
I know that's right. Okay, how about this? Who's the auntie anthem queen? A. Patti LaBelle. B. Beyonce. C. Fantasia. D. Mary J. Blige.
I'm gonna say MJB.
Yeah, you right. Cause I was like, I don't know if they're gonna get she gonna get this one right.
She a
Okay.
Capricorn too.
Oh, she is you a Capricorn?
I am.
Okay, shout out to the Capricorns, even though not really a fan of them, but the women I love. I love the women. Okay, if someone says, "Who man's is this?" What's happening? A proposal. B, a roast is coming. C, somebody bought the wrong plus one. Or D, a fight's about to break out.
Mm. I don't know. I'm gonna say a fight's about to break out.
Because it's giving you B, a roast is
Yes.
coming, and
Yes.
C, somebody bought the wrong plus one.
Oh, somebody brought the wrong plus
Somebody
one.
bought the wrong plus one.
Yes.
You like, yo, get your man's. Who man's is this?
Right.
Okay. What's something you bet not do at a black funeral? A, wear all white. B, show up late and loud. C, fall out dramatically. Or D, eat before the funeral, before the family.
You shouldn't eat before the family. You better not eat before the family.
So on here, the answers was B and C, show up late and loud or fall out dramatically.
Mm. No,
That's
but
what
black
you
people
don't
do that all the time.
I
Though. That's why I'm
know.
like,
That's
my
something you do
cousin
not
kicked her
supposed
shoe
to
off.
do.
It landed right by my grandma's casket. It was funny.
Did she be like what she was
I
doing?
mean, she was crying and she kicked her shoe off and it landed by my grandma's casket. And then we walked her out the church and she was crying and then she started laughing.
I'm glad
She
it
started
did.
laughing like Miss Sophia did on The Color Purple.
Shut up.
And we were like, "Are you crying? Are you?" She was laughing.
Oh my God. I'm just glad it didn't hit grandma nowhere
Yeah.
else. That's
It landed right by the casket though. That was close
because
enough.
that would have been that would have been terrible. That would have been
It
terrible.
was still funny.
Okay. Which TV mom kept the kids and the husband in line? A.
Claire Huxtable.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you five. Well, I'm gonna give you four. Claire Huxtable. B. Florida Evans. C. Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris.
And
Or
Rochelle.
D. Aunt Viv.
Uh-uh.
You can name how many you want.
The first one in Rochelle.
Rochelle and
Claire Huxtable and Rochelle.
She did get them together.
Period.
Okay, what's the most disrespectful game to bring out at game night? A. Uno. B. Spades. C. Monopoly. D. Taboo.
You better not bring no damn Monopoly out.
Or
But
what
I mean,
else? What's it-
but
what's
you
it
play
that
Uno, it's probably gonna be some fights though.
or spades.
Yeah.
Spades, y'all take spades. a
But
little
but
too
my
serious.
Monopoly shouldn't even been an option. Like
I know,
nobody
right? Nobody fighting over that. Okay. Who's the ultimate play cousin of the 90s black TV? You got B, Steve Urkel. No, A, Steve Urkel. B, Moesha. C, Ashley Banks. Or D, cousin Pam from Martin. Who's the ultimate play cousin of the 90s black TV? Steve Urkel, Moesha, Ashley Banks, or cousin Pam from Martin?
Damn. Well, Urkel was the most popular.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with Urkel.
Okay, that's the answer too. So I'm glad you went with that. You're keeping your black card. Okay, what black movie line do you instantly know? A, you think you better than me? B, make that money. Don't let it make you. C, this ain't no damn democracy. Or D, bye Felicia.
Either B or D.
Okay, because it say all the above. Okay. Which snacks was always in your auntie's purse? A.
Peppermints,
Peppermints. B.
butterscotch.
Butterscotch candy. C. Gum.
Yep.
Never offered. Or D. All of the
All
above.
all because I was about to say gum, but I
Oh
shut up.
my god. Okay.
All
What's the real purpose of that drunk drawer in every household? A. Tools. B. Keys and batteries. C. Random pens, tapes, and receipts from
See,
2000.
yes,
It is C.
and
Oh
screwdrivers
my god, we the
and
worst.
tape
Oh shoot,
and
that was
all the
fun.
screws from everything that you put together.
Yeah, and all the remote batteries that you don't need. Like, why you got all these remotes? Like, you don't even have these TVs no more.
Right.
Okay, we are into the mental health segment. This is the last segment, and yeah, this has been fun. How you been feeling so far? You
Okay.
like it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you like it because I really these was custom for you.
You be doing your research, boo. Okay. Impressed.
Okay, so as a woman in this industry, how do you navigate the pressures to constantly look to be a certain way?
Um, growing up, I like I said earlier, I had a boyish type figure. I never had anything up here really, and I always had nice legs and butt or whatever. So I learned at an early age to just deal with what I have,
Right,
and there are a lot of women who feel like they have to, enhance themselves and things like that. And in a world where everybody else is trying to be the same, you can't stand out if you're not yourself.
right. That's true.
I pride myself on being an individual. And if when I you do those things, you look like everybody else, and I don't want to look like everybody else. I want to look like Teesha.
I know that, and you look like Tisha.
Thank you.
Okay, have you ever felt emotionally drained or unsafe in a role? How did you care for yourself afterwards?
Um, what I did something recently. Oh, I did a role last week. It was very sensitive.
Mm,
Um, like death was involved,
mm,
and they didn't ask us to cry, but I'm able to, and
right.
so I did. And we did the scene maybe 2 or 3 times, and the third time that we did it, and they called cut, and I went out in the hallway, and I could not stop crying. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes just to get myself back together because now I'm thinking about it right
Oh
now.
my
I'm thinking
god.
about it right now, and it makes me want to cry.
Oh my
Um,
god.
but the fact that I can just think about it and it makes me upset is one of the things that makes me is going to make me a great actor
Yes, you are a great actress, honey, because you almost got me about to ball and cry.
because it was very sensitive.
Mm.
And yeah, I hope they keep the footage of me crying because those are real tears.
Oh, look at you crying now. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That was a good question then. Because,
yeah,
we don't get to ask those questions.
it was a great question.
Yeah, we don't get those. And that's what a part of my podcast. It's not really about trying to get in your business and
Yeah,
everything. It's just, letting the people and your fans get to know who you are as a person.
yeah,
Oh, I need to keep some tissue
yeah.
now, girl.
And see, like a lot of people get into acting because they want to be famous.
Right,
I'm not doing it because I want to be famous. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. It's easy for me and I do it well. And I just happen to make money from
right,
doing it. And I think that when you have that type of gifts, those types of gifts and abilities in a particular area, that's where you're supposed to be.
right,
If you feel like it's work, then you're in the wrong place.
right. Because it should be fun. Oh, I got you crying, girl. You gonna have me crying. Okay. Have you ever struggled with body image or or comparison in the industry? How do you stay grounded in your self worth?
No, I don't because, gosh, I'm going to probably offend a lot of people when I say this, but um, I don't, the surgically enhanced bodies look distorted to me. Not, I am attracted to men and women.
Okay.
So I'm not a hater. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And when I see a woman and her navel, I can see that it was
Oh
moved or
yeah.
it's shaped funny and all this, like that is not. that's not attractive to me, you
Right.
know? And so I wouldn't want that for myself. Like I wouldn't want that in a potential female partner either, you
Right.
know? And then like there's like a lot of people getting veneers now
Yeah.
and um just I've lost my side tooth had to be pulled a few years ago or
Right.
whatever. Like maybe I can get like some braces to bring my stuff back in and some really good teeth whitening, but I don't feel the need to get a whole new set of teeth or
Well,
anything
you
like
got
that.
teeth, so I wouldn't. I would
Yeah,
say that would be for people like that don't like their smell or
right,
something
right,
like that. I don't knock that. Even with the body, I feel like maybe because I met somebody that didn't have nothing,
right,
so when I seen her get it, I was happy for her because
right.
that's something she never
I mean,
had.
if
But
it
some
looks
of these
good,
women be having
yeah,
a nice body
yeah,
or nice teeth, but they want to go get them done
right.
more to be
And
perfect.
some people, and hey, some of these teeth look really good. I'm not, but
I'm
it's the
going to get
ones,
some too.
but it's just the ones like when you're trying to go somewhere very cheap and it just looks very cartoonish and
Right.
stuff like that. Just hang on to your money, y'all.
Right.
Just
Yes. Yeah. At least do your research and
yeah,
spend. Yeah, you're right
right, because
about
some of
that.
them look great, and
Yeah.
and who's you might see me in some later, but right now I don't feel like that's for me.
Yeah.
You
I think
know,
in some time they'll have something we can just rub on our ass and we
right,
go. I'm waiting
right,
for that era. Maybe they have something where we can just rub on it or like I don't know a certain food. I'm waiting on that. But me, I'm just scared to go over the knife. So under the knife. So
right. I want to
that's
wake
just not
up.
for me. Right. Okay. I like that one. Okay. So how about this? What roles has sisterhood, mentorship, or community with other actors play in your mental well being?
Um, what role has sisterhood and what?
What role has sisterhood and mentorship or community with other actors play in your well being?
Man, it's so important. And it's not just actors, it's anybody who's in the entertainment industry, anybody
Right.
who's a creator, anybody who's an entrepreneur, because as an actor, we're all those things.
Right.
And so it's very important for us to uplift each other and support each other. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a casting notice. I mean, and I've sent them to you. Stuff
Yeah, you
I've sent to
always
you.
shout out to her. She's always sending me
I mean, I
stuff
might
to
send
do.
her stuff that I've
Yeah.
applied for too, and she might have gotten it and I didn't. But what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me.
Right.
And we have to. That I'm gonna tell you. Philip Hudson, Lambo, told me about a year ago. We were at Greenlit ATL one night, and we were working on his podcast, and it was his first time doing a podcast, and he chose me and two other people to work with him on it. And we go back in the room, and he chose these two people to do the interview, and he had me at the desk controlling the cameras. I was the director, switching cameras as they spoke. And they were discussing what they were going to talk about. And I'm turned around in the chair, I'm just intrigued, like, I said, and I just said, I wish I was on the couch. And he was like, what'd you say? I said, I wish I was on the couch. And he said, it ain't your turn to be on the couch. It's your turn to push the buttons.
Oh,
Pushing the buttons is important. It's just as important as the people that's on the couch.
no, that is
When it's
true.
your turn to push the buttons, you push the buttons. And when it's your turn to be on the couch, you'll be on the couch. And a lot of people probably would have been hurt. It would have been stung by that. But what he was saying was something I needed to hear.
Because what your mama said when you was younger, you ain't doing nothing in this house unless it was your own. So, yeah, you
And
got that.
patience is a virtue,
Yeah.
you know? And they had that opportunity because that opportunity was for them at that time.
Hmm.
And so you have to learn how to express gratitude for what you are given.
Right.
A lot of people are upset because they don't get their blessings because you always asking for something. You're not even thankful for what you already have. Okay.
And you're right. Time is everything. Like I used to get mad when I first started this. I used to get mad like, dang, why nobody not inviting me this or why I'm not doing that. But then when things started coming, I'm like, God didn't want nobody to put me on. He wanted to be in control of that. He
I'm
didn't
trying to
want
tell you
nobody to be in
because I
control
for
of that.
years I've been telling people let's do skits,
Right.
and nobody wanted to do anything with me. And I feel like the reason why some of the people were hesitant to be honest with you is because they felt like I was going to be taken over. I was going to be
Hmm.
the star. That's fine. I don't care. Showtime was way bigger than I was. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't, that stuff does not bother me. Like I can stay in my lane. I
Right.
know where I am, you know. I know it's my turn to push the buttons right now.
Right. I know that's right. That was pretty good. Cause me, I would have been like, oh, excuse me. What? Okay. Okay, let's see. What advice would you give to young actress about prioritizing mental wellness while choosing their dreams?
Well, you have to prioritize your mental health in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, I had like four things to do, but I cut it down to three. And I'm all over the place, and I'm dealing with so many different people. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I do
Right.
everything myself. So it's a lot, and you have to. There was a time in my life in the past where I ran myself rugged, like I really exhausted myself, which is another thing that happens with people who are on the spectrum. We find something and we'll start working on it, and we'll zoom in, and the next thing you know, we haven't slept
Right.
for days, and we can't sleep because we're still thinking about what it is that we were working on, what we have to do.
Right.
As soon as you go to sleep, you wake up, I got to do this too. So you have to prioritize it, because if you don't, you're going to start having some sort of deficit. And when that deficit hits you, you start acting in ways that aren't your character.
Right.
So in order to do your best work, you need to be in your best mental space, which means taking care of you when you need to. Sit your ass down when you need to.
Right.
Drink some water.
Drink some water.
Eat some vegetables and fruits, okay? All those things,
Right.
It's important to treat yourself right, because when you treat yourself right, everything around you is treating you
Right.
well.
That's
You
true.
got to draw that energy to you.
I like that. I like your mind state.
Thank you.
Okay, how would you describe your current relationship with your mental health?
My mental health is great. It's the best that it's ever been. And you know what? Honestly, my financial situation is the worst it's ever been in my life.
Child, me too. You
Okay,
ain't lying.
when I quit my last job, I was a federal background investigator for the United States of America.
Oh wow.
I had a badge and everything. They gave me a company car. I worked my own hours. Um, it was great. They paid me well, and I resigned because the company's integrity wasn't in line with my own. And the day that I resigned, I didn't know what the H I was going to do. My son was a sophomore in high school, and my daughter was in the first grade. I
Oh
didn't know what I
wow.
was going to do, but I resigned that day, and I just was like, all right, God, universe, whoever, creator, I, my faith is here. Like, what,
Right.
take me. And I just have gone where I've been led the whole time.
Mm.
Um, and if I hadn't gotten into my mental space, the right mental space, I wouldn't be able to do that. Funny thing is, when I was living in Virginia back in 2012, I came here to Atlanta and to visit an ex,
Okay.
and it didn't work out. And so, with less than 24 hours after me getting here, I ended up going to a cousin's house, and I talked to another ex, my very first boyfriend from elementary school. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna take you to yoga class with me." And I said, "All right, whatever." And he taught me about meditation and listening to binaural beats, which are very
Mm-hmm.
calming and things like that. And he took me to yoga class, and the yoga teacher was Baba Yoga Bay. Google
Oh,
him.
I thought she had Papa G.
I know Baba G too.
Okay, okay.
But Baba Yoga Bay is like a yoga guru around here, like one of the best yoga teachers here in Atlanta. And I took his class, and at the end of the class, my friend introduced me to him. And Baba said, he asked me, "How long have you been doing yoga?" I said, "This is my first time." He said, it was a fusion class. It was yoga and Tai Chi. He said, "It's your first time doing a fusion class?" I said, "It's my first time doing a yoga class, period."
Right.
And he said, "You should keep up your practice." And from that day forth, I started practicing yoga, and I was doing more of the meditation and mindfulness, and it
Mm-hmm.
changed my life.
Mm.
And I think a lot of people need to learn about it and embrace it, because I mean, people who've known me for a long time, they know you're a free spirit, you're a wild child,
Right.
all over the place. That's me without my Adderall. Now I don't need the Adderall because I know how to focus and tune
Right.
in. I didn't have that before. So it's very important to check in and use those tools, and surround yourself with other people who use those tools.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're doing this, but your friends watching all this reality trash and things like that, where are you gonna start vibrating?
Right. I like that. I see why we connected. I do connect with a lot of people don't understand me. They don't get to experience me. But when they do get to experience me, it's a good thing because I
I'm sure a
am
lot of people
honest.
are intimidated by you
I don't know why though. I don't know why.
because they're not there.
Right.
They're
I
not
feel like they
there.
don't that or they just didn't get to experience me. When
Yeah.
you actually got
You
to
intimidate them because they're not there.
well, they need to get there. Get there because I'm a real girl's girl
Yeah, me
and
too.
I don't be knowing like even when I see people out, here's the thing with that. I address you on how you welcome me.
Mm,
So if I'm somewhere and you excited to see me, I'm excited to see
yes,
you.
yes.
But if I'm somewhere and you give me this, or I don't know if I want to speak, that's the
Right.
energy
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you.
Same.
So that's the only thing I always tell people. If y'all see me out, embrace me because I'm gonna embrace you back. It's
Yes.
it's only if you're not
I'm the
you.
same way though.
Oh,
And again,
okay,
that's the like I was saying earlier with the aunties, that
right.
type of thing. Um, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I learned a while ago. I could be wrong, but I learned a while ago when a woman who doesn't know you doesn't like you is for one of two reasons. Either because she's attracted to you sexually and she doesn't know how to express that,
Oh wow. Okay.
or she likes you as a person. She admires you and she doesn't know how to accept it.
Mm.
She wants to be like you, but she doesn't like the fact that she wants to be like you.
That's so deep. Oh.
And that's why she doesn't like you, but really she loves you. She wants to be like you. And there are a lot of people who in my past started out like that. They didn't like me, they couldn't stand, but they didn't know me.
Right.
But once they got to know me, I was like, I love her. Oh, Teisha Green,
Yes.
Teisha Green. Ah. Oh, Teisha coming. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. But you don't get to experience that if you're closed off and you
Right.
allow those feelings to block you off, which goes back to again to my confidence classes that I teach with acting. Be open and transparent. There's a difference between being transparent and being honest.
Mm. Mm.
Honesty is when somebody asks you something and you tell them the truth.
Okay.
Transparency, you ain't gotta ask me.
I'm going to tell you.
There's nothing. Anybody, if you stand and talk to me for 10 or 15 minutes, you're gonna know I'm a real person.
Right.
You know what I'm person. I'm not holding. I'm not. There are no facades. I'm not trying to put on airs. I'm not trying to impress you. None of that. You like me or you don't,
Right.
and I'm good either way. And if you don't like me, it's because you don't like you. Because I'm a great person.
Right. No, I say that too. I be like, what?
I'm a great person. I'm dope as a
Right.
motherfucker.
That's how I be feeling too. I be feeling it, but I'm like, oh well.
Dope AF.
Let's see. Oh, what's a misconception about mental health that you wish more people understood?
A lot of times when people talk about the subject of mental health, they just think crazy,
Right.
and oh,
I don't know why they make me do that. Sorry, guys. I'm definitely gonna take that out. Okay.
um, and mental health is just that, the health of your mind,
Right.
taking care of your mind. And what's really saddening that I've noticed since not working a full-time job the past 11 years is that when you work those full-time jobs, your life is so continuous and the same thing day after day that you don't even really have time to check in with yourself, especially
Mm.
especially when you have a partner and or children or pets and things like that. I'm very blessed to be single,
Right.
really. So I can check in with myself and make myself be a better person and things like
Right.
that. I can check in with myself and make sure that I am good and make adjustments as needed. Um, but there are so many people who are so busy working day to day. They're just trying to pay bills. They're just trying to please their partner. They're just
Mhm.
trying to take care of their children. Then they don't even know what that means.
Right.
What is checking in? What is that? I
Right.
ain't got time to check in. But they have to prioritize it because sooner or later it's gonna end up consuming them, whether they realize it
Mm.
or not. And the time that it consumes them is when a lot of those burdens start to leave, when the children grow up and move out, or become way more independent. When your spouse or when that relationship dynamic changes, It's usually when you let go of something, but you can't wait until you get rid of something for you to start working on
That's
yourself.
true.
You do it now while you have all those things so you can enhance your life.
I agree on that. You got to start. You can't. Yeah, I believe that. Okay, let's see. If your story can help just one person, what do you hope they take from it?
I hope that people um, learn more about ADHD and autism or Asperger's, um, outdated term. Learn about what it is to be on spectrum and how you can help yourself and others. Because I realized that since I learned about it, I'm more understanding and compassionate with other people. Like if you once you understand what being on the spectrum is, especially when you're in the creative world,
Right.
you can be like, oh my gosh, all these motherfuckers, we're all the same. Like, it's so many
Mm-hmm.
weirdos on set. We got our bright colors,
Right.
our funky glasses, our neat hairdos, the piercings, the tattoos. We're just very vibrant people who are problem solvers, and we're good at noticing patterns and things like that. We are awesome people, but we can irritate other people
Right.
with
Not
our
knowing.
with our extraness. So
Right.
knowing that you're on the spectrum can help you realize when you're because there's some of us who will talk and do stuff and not notice when somebody ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
You know, I've learned so much about what it is that I'm like, okay, this is one of the moments for the person and they're not taking it. So I'm like, wait,
Right. Let me.
I, you're overstimulating me.
Right.
I've,
Nah, I
I've
feel
checked out.
that.
I've been looking at your eyeballs for 3 minutes and I haven't heard anything. I'm so sorry, but that's what you're doing to me, you
Mm,
know. But you don't know these things until you check in.
that's
So
true.
that's why the mental health is so important.
So true. I'm gonna get. You know how they do with this. So I'm gonna check cameras, make sure we rolling. That's something I can edit, chat. But we almost done though.
Oh, who's watching?
Okay.
Just Sasha.
Where we at? Oh, dang. No, we had some people. It had went off. I can edit that part.
Oh, does it say
Okay.
that? Does it show that I'm live with you?
You live with me? Where your
I
phone?
mean, you can. Can't you tag the person that you're live with?
I don't know.
I think you.
Girl,
I
I'm
think you
kind of new
can.
to this.
Yeah, I think you can. Unless you're adding me to the.
Because you would
Oh,
have to be on it.
oh, okay. So it was trying to send me an invitation to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just can't tag me in. Okay. What else?
Okay, let's see. What's something you're currently working on, personally or professionally, that excites you?
Hmm. Well, I was working on getting 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I got them like
Oh
2 hours
yes, we
ago.
gotta we gotta celebrate that. You
I
gotta
got
pop your
10,000. I
shit.
got 10,000 followers on Instagram today.
Yes. Let me tell you something. That's a big milestone, and I promise to God, I never I never celebrated a milestone because I always
Mm.
thought like, oh, 1,000, that's not enough. It's not 10,500. Or if I do something, I feel like it's not big enough to talk about. But I promised God this year I was going to celebrate all milestones. So I
Mm.
want to say congratulations to
Thank you.
10K because that's a big deal, and that's when the money coming in.
Let me stop doing that.
No, that's cute. I get that from the kids on
It's fun.
TikTok.
I lick my tongue out because I'm on the spectrum. Gosh, I'm sorry. I mean, for real. Like, if you look at my class pictures, like growing up and stuff, like my class pictures, and like I played sports and stuff. I'm in all like almost all the pictures, like
For
and
real.
all of them.
Well, you was living life. Least.
Spectrum, spectrum AF.
Okay, this is cute. If you can leave the world with one positive affirmation, what would it be?
Mm. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's number one. Above everything, be yourself.
I feel that because everybody else is taken
Hmm.
seriously, though. Okay, I like that. Let's see. I have one more question, and we're gonna close this thing out. Okay, what is something you're deeply grateful for right now?
Um, I'm deeply grateful for all the opportunities that are coming to me because, like I said earlier, I don't have an agent, I don't have a
Okay.
manager. And so for me, and you see the stuff I've been doing,
Right. You be everywhere.
yeah, and the places that I be is other people who have managers
Right.
and agents, and I'm there with them, so I'm doing something right. However, comma, I would love to have some representation to take
Well,
some of
you,
this weight off of me.
well, you better get you a chat GPT. What is it? Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
That's a personal assistant. Thank me later. Thank me later. Like literally, is an AI assistant.
You have to explain that.
You just gonna download the app. You can either pay or use it for free, and you literally gonna talk to her. And she's gonna tell you everything that you need to do. She's gonna everything. Seriously.
How though?
What you mean?
I mean, how's she gonna tell me what to do? I don't.
She's gonna tell you what to do.
What do you mean? Tell her everything.
So say if you want to start a plan,
Mm-hmm.
or you're trying to get to something by
Mm-hmm.
May.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to talk to her and say, "Hey, I'm trying to do this. Can you give me a plan on how can I take these steps?" It's literally like if you have um like a case or something and you don't know nothing about, you talk to it and it actually give you yeah. It's pretty dope.
I mean,
It
I've
helps
used
me
it
a
before,
lot.
but
It helps me a lot. I have a manager and she's my best friend. Shout out to Sasha. But she, she helps me. She does my flyers. She just keep me on board with my appointments with y'all. If I need anything, supplies like this, she buys them for me. So it's really, I would say, if you can get you an assistant,
okay.
even if it's somebody, and even if you don't get a manager right now, get you an assistant because she'll be able to like put your life together, at least that part. But we are at the end, y'all. This was so good. Hey everybody on YouTube and TikTok
Hey
and
y'all.
Instagram. I stream from everywhere today,
Very well.
guys. So I'm excited about that. I'm so excited I got Teesha Green to come in and
Teesha
give
with
me
two E's.
two E's, baby, and green with no E at the end.
That's right. Green with two E's.
Two E's, but no E at the end. But I want to say thank you again for coming. I really appreciated your time. I'm so glad you decided to give me a little bit of your time to come in and do this interview. And I just want to say thank you so much. Do you want to say anything before we leave out?
No, I appreciate you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very thoughtful of you to have me on here. And I had a good time. You are a really good interviewer. You asked some really good questions.
Thank
and
you.
I don't feel like it was a waste of my time. So that's great.
Nothing is never a waste. But I want to say thank you again for giving me your time, and we all going to look forward to seeing the Real Aunties of Atlanta. It's going to be airing in May, right?
Mhm.
So y'all, we're gonna look out for Miss.
Yeah, follow the Real Aunties of
Okay,
Atlanta
yes.
on Instagram.
Yes, and make sure tell them where they can
You
catch
follow
you
me on
at.
Instagram, ITSTEESHAGREEN.
Yes. And I am Sincerely Tokyo. You can my Instagram is the real Sincerely Tokyo. And make sure you slay, make sure you pray, make sure you pay it forward. And I made up another one last night. Make sure you grow, make sure you glow, and make sure you is go, glow,
Show.
no, it was the three D's. I'm gonna figure it out because I know I'm trying to do my little ending thing. But thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next episode because the next episode is going to be a really good person. Y'all going to be like, how you get that person? But yeah, just make sure y'all stay tuned. I air every Friday at 6:30. We had a night show because she's a celebrity, so I got to work around her, which is not a problem. But yeah, thank you for coming in, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace. Yep, I did all this myself. Okay, so we got ending all of this stuff. He said that. Let me see. We're gonna end this one. We're gonna end. I really don't know how to end this one. And